Welcome, collectors. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Diecast Emporium. In today's video, we will be reviewing the Fire Replicas Mack R single-axle dump truck in 1/50th scale. This version is the red over black color combination with a SKU number of FR104-1. The MSRP for this model was $249, and the production run was limited to 60 units, all of which have been accounted for. There were 4 other color combinations available for the Mack R single-axle dump truck. Black over red with a gray dump body, green over red, yellow over black with a gray dump body, and orange over black. As of the time that I am filming this video, as I said before, all of the red versions have been sold out. I purchased mine from my friends at Ed's Diecast Shed, and I just checked in with them not 20 minutes before I began filming this video just to make sure everything was current. And like everybody else, they are sold out of all of the red versions and also the black over red with gray dump box. But they still have some green over reds, some yellow over blacks, and some orange over blacks. So if you are even thinking about adding one of these Mack R dump trucks to your collection, make sure you get in contact with them very soon so you don't miss out on your opportunity to add one of these classic Mack R dump trucks to your collection. So, what we'll do now is we'll take a look at the packaging as we always do with one of these Fire Replicas models, because there is a very precise way to unbox these models so that you don't damage any of the smaller, intricately detailed parts. All of the Fire Replicas trucks, whether they be a fire truck or whether they be part of the vintage trucking line, come in these white style boxes with Fire Replicas on the side. The only way to ascertain which model it is specifically that is housed inside is by taking a look at the item number, which I said before is FR for Fire Replicas 104-1. This style of packaging is what's known as flip-open style packaging because, well, you flip open one side, just like this. First thing out of the box is a sheet of paper that first congratulates you on the addition of your museum-grade Fire Replicas truck to your collection, but it also shows you in great detail how to carefully unbox the truck from the packaging. First thing, take the top piece of foam rubber out. Next, you will see your Mack model housed inside, and you'll see these black ribbon straps. That is what you grab onto, and you do this very, very carefully. You grab these, you lift straight up on your truck, just like this, and then you put it down. Remove the ribbons. Next, you will lift straight up on the top portion of the display case. The only other thing necessary to remove for packaging is this small piece of tissue paper, which is presumably there to prevent any paint clash inside the dump box. What we'll do now is we'll take a short commercial break. We'll remove all the packaging. When we come back, we will begin the review in earnest, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, collectors, and thank you so much for sticking with me. So we'll begin with the model review by taking a look at the base that all Fire Replicas models come in. You can see it has this nice felt finish to it with this stainless steel name badge right in front, which has the Mack Trucks logo, and then Mack R single-axle dump truck right front and center. Now, these Fire Replicas trucks in 1/50th scale are never designed or meant to come off of the base. However, you can remove them, but again, I cannot emphasize this enough. It is strongly encouraged not to do this. But it's held with 2 screws, one right in the middle of the front axle and one right in the middle of the rear axle. You can see the spacers right there, which are those black pieces. So you would measure it out, and then right at the bottom, cut through the felt with an X-Acto knife. There you will find the heads of the Phillips screws so that you can unscrew and safely remove your model from the base if you wish to display it in that manner. Again, for one last time, I strongly encourage collectors against doing that, not only because it destroys the fabric of the base, but it also hurts the longevity and collector value of your model that you just paid $250 for. All right, beginning the model review with all of the details. You may think the paint is the most impressive part of this truck, and it is, but it's actually all of the small stainless steel accent pieces that are all throughout this truck. We'll point out several of them, such as this very fine antenna, which is amazing to me that they got it to scale. You can see just how thin it is. The windshield wipers, the mirrors with the Mack logo. You have all of your lights and horns. All these Mack logos throughout, again, all of those are stainless steel components. Of course, the Mack Bulldog right here. You have your individual stainless Mack letters and grille in the front. If we look right here at the multi-piece lighting with etched bulb detail for your turn indicators, you can see that it has the amber or orange in front and then the stainless steel components for the backing part of it. The bumper has a Mack license plate along with a black protection on the front. The cab has your typical era-correct beige or tan interior with a steering wheel, seats, and a dash. Here's your grab handle. Once again, you have your access stairs right here to grab a hold of the dump box if you want to, and then obviously your step here to get into the cab. Looking towards the dump box now, which is also equally as impressive, you have your stainless steel canopy arms. Here's your tarp, and not only does it have a replicated tarp, but check this out. It has tie-down strap for the tarp, which I've never seen before, and that's replicated by a very thin piece of string. Just to pull that closer to you, you can see just how fine that is and how detailed it is. Additionally, you have your bed extensions, which are replicated with wood right here. And I want to take your attention now and look into the dump box, because this is probably one of the most amazing features about this model. And the lighting is perfect. You can see that. You can see all of the undulations or the unevenness, the bumps that are in the dump box. So this is not a completely smooth and finished dump box. It's actually realistic. And you can see the bumps that are present in the body of the dump truck, which is amazing that they were able to model that. So that is super, super cool. Moving towards the rear of the truck, it has everything you would normally expect, like your mud flaps, your penal hitch, your lights, even your tailgate here, as well as your real steel chains on the dump gate right here. If I didn't mention this before, it is important to mention that this is a static model, meaning that the dump body and the tailgate does not raise or open, respectively. This side, you have your exhaust stack as well, and your stainless steel fuel bands and exhaust heat shield over on this side. Obviously, your tires have a realistic looking tread pattern, but again, it is hard to pick that up or see it on this model since it is sitting on the base, but it is there. And that brings us again around to the front where we started, and that will conclude the model review of all of the different details that are on this truck. This is one of those models where every time you look at it, you notice something different, but those are the major details that you'll find on this truck. Unquestionably, this is one of the nicest Mack trucks I have ever had the opportunity to review in 1/50th scale, and it's certainly, you wouldn't really expect anything less from Fire Replicas. At this point, though, while we turn the spinning table on, so you guys can take a 360-degree look at this while I'm giving my closing thoughts on this truck, there's a couple suggestions I would like to make in order to make this already outstanding model potentially that much better. The first suggestion I would like to make is to have the very bottom part of the base, allow me just to lift this up one more time, we'll put it back on the table in a minute, but have just this part. You can leave this part just the way it is, but have this part hollow so you can access the screws very easily without destroying this, so that it gives collectors the ability, and it's completely to their discretion after they pay for it, to remove the truck and pose it with other heavy equipment or lowboy sets from around this era. Because unlike fire truck models from Fire Replicas, for example, when you have a dump truck, you're going to want to pose it with some classic construction models, Caterpillar heavy equipment, for example. And I just think that would add so much more to this model if you had the opportunity to remove it from the base and to pose it with other models from a similar era, from the late 70s all the way up to today. My other suggestion and enhancement for this model, I mentioned very early on in the video that this is a strictly limited production run of only 60 units made worldwide. Now, I don't even know if this is the correct terminology to use, but just for the sake of this video, I'm asking you to work with me a little bit. I would like to present the opportunity for these models to be serialized. So, for example, make this 12 out of 60, or choose whatever number you want out of 60, because there is that niche in the collector market that will chase every single number truck that they want to collect. So if the number 12 to them, for example, means something, they're going to want to have every single Fire Replicas Mack truck that's number 12 out of however many they did. So I just think those are a couple quick and simple enhancements that won't detract from Fire Replica's mission statement of what they want to achieve with the highest grade possible replica, but would add more to it and definitely would open up more clients to them, because I know of at least a couple handfuls of collectors that I've talked to over the past several months that have consulted me through my Fire Replicas reviews, saying, you know, Tommy, I'm interested in these trucks. I know they're not functional, and I know that they're not designed to be removed from the base, and I don't really want to deface mine after I pay all this money, but I would like to have the truck be able to be removed without destroying it so that I can display it with my other models. So I just feel like if that is revisited down the road with future releases, at least in the vintage trucking line by Fire Replicas, I don't see why that would hurt the overall value or presentation for a Fire Replicas product. That's my 2 cents. Do with it what you will. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments section below. I've said my piece without question. This is an amazing replica of a Mack R model in 1/50th scale. I certainly hope we see more variations of the Mack R models by Fire Replicas in the coming years. Who knows? You never know. But for now, this is absolutely one you're going to want to add to your collection. As always, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care and be safe. I'll see you in the next review.